Welcome to episode 4 of Bowling Between the Bays Bowling Show, a show made by bowlers for bowlers on the Mornington
the crowd.
Peninsula.
Good lad.
Thank you very much. In this episode, we'll dissect the Division 1 results this weekend with our special guest, Cooper Krauss from the City of Frankston. We'll look at our Morning Peninsula bowlers and how they fared up at the Vic Open. We'll interview show sponsor Todd Simmons is coming in with his son Jet.
Who?
Todd Simmons.
Never
Todd
heard of him
Simmons,
before.
yeah. Hooded Lyfe.
Never heard of him.
Who's
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Does he bowl?
he does. He's
Where?
a good bowler. He's represented Australia and Victoria.
Oh, you corrected yourself.
I
In your notes.
I didn't have it.
Out of Victoria, but
I went and looked it up later on, Todd.
I knew it.
That.
I knew it.
I know, but I went and added it up.
2006.
I'm trying to do my job properly, you know. All right, believe it or not. And of course, we'll have our normal regular segments where we have John Adams actually going around and interviewing player of the week. And
Cracker this week. He's got the big Jack Daniels from your club.
Yeah,
The
City
Money
of
Club.
at City of Frankston.
Yep.
All right, so let's get cracking.
Are we paying for the interview? Do you know?
No.
Oh, okay,
No,
just
no.
you. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so a man who needs no introduction, of course, known far and wide for his wit, humour, banter, and the love of the word insipid, as we found out last week,
Yes.
is Michael Stanley.
That word was born in my days at Fitzroy, Victoria. We had a game which was I described as somebody said to me what was it like. I said it was insipid, and that word stuck. So it's my sort of word.
Yeah.
And you got people to say it about me up there. Were they prompted, or they just said it openly to you?
Oh, look, mate, it was just clearly non-prompted. It was just...
Did you have to pay them to say it?
No, not at all. They were very eager to go. And there's about... How many didn't we put on air? I had quite a few. 63. See, there you go.
Oh, you could have filled up the show. Would have been
Yep.
better than the crap you put up instead. What was that?
Oh.
Interviewing people. You and Danny Wine doing the
Carpool.
James Corbyn. Was it his name?
Well,
That was
Corbin.
semi-clever.
Did you pay Danny to do that with you?
No.
So the only person we're paying today is him.
Well,
No.
no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, I've got a good mail.
No.
Well.
So anyway, before we get to that, because I've got to introduce him at the minute.
Oh,
so,
sorry, yeah.
Okay, now we've got the Drifter. I like that.
Oh,
now
yes.
back at the City of Frankston with Stan Slawinski, his mentor, young skip Cooper Krauss, who will help us dissect the Vic Open and Division 1 results. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Phil.
Can I ask him a question?
Yes, you may.
Your mentor, as far as I know, because I've always called you Mini-Me Barry Lester.
Right.
Because you've copied his action and because you're lefty.
That was
like him.
the coaching I had off him.
Yeah, right. And now, so Stan's now your mentor. Barry's sacked, is he?
No.
You
no.
sent him to Queensland. Said, bugger off, Barry, don't need you. I've got Stan.
I didn't send him over there.
Okay.
He got a job over there.
There you
Took
go.
it.
Yep. For the money?
Correct.
So he taught you that much to go for the money.
No, I don't go for the money.
No, not what I've been told. Anyway,
He's a
welcome,
loyal man.
welcome to the show.
Thank you
Yes.
so
Why
much.
has he called you a drifter? That's not a very nice word.
Well, drifter means he sort of went to Kringle and then he sort of drifted.
Well, as we discussed while you were not here, in
Yeah.
your absence a couple of weeks ago, you said the reason you went back to City of Frankston because Kringle wasn't really your cup of tea. It wasn't the right environment for you.
No, the people there, I didn't fit in.
Yeah.
And you know, I missed City of Frankston last year, and I wanted to get back because of Stan
And what you told me is that you were told that Stan wasn't going to bowl, and then everyone sort of disappeared, and then you made that sort of decision. But in hindsight, maybe.
Well, look, see, it was funny because I got told that he left. He went back to Hastings. So you know, I abruptly left because I was gullible enough to believe it.
Yeah.
And
You're not,
when I
by the
went
way.
to Kringle, I later found out that
That was
he stayed. He was still a member there.
Oh, right.
So,
So anyway, you're there, and that's fine.
And
And
he's upped the payment from last year from $50 to $100 a week.
no, Stano, no,
$1,000 a week.
no, not even.
I've heard $1,000 a week was a good money.
Right.
And more importantly, he's not only throwing the money at you, he's throwing money at other guys to come down from up in the city.
No, he wouldn't do that.
anyway, we'll get back
Jeez.
onto the Vic Open rundown.
Apparently not allowed to mention the money at City of Frankston, but let's face it, they're all getting paid down there.
Anyway,
Wealthy
the Vic
club.
Open. So you were up at the Vic Open too, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you call me insipid up there?
Yes.
Good.
I did.
That's good. That's one thing.
Yes, I had to jump on the bandwagon.
That wasn't
How much
too
are we
bad.
supposed to be paying off? I haven't got a card. You got a
Anyway,
machine?
so we'll go on. If we can get back on the agenda, would be great. So we had about 45 players that were up there, and how did you fare?
Yeah, good. I made the
To me, I'll put it in front of me so easy.
I won my section in the singles.
Yes.
Which
Well done, buddy.
I did one better than 2 years ago, which
Yep.
I was pleased about.
Mm-hmm.
But ended up getting knocked out in the first knockout.
Mm.
How many in your section? Were there 3 or 4?
3.
Just
Because I heard some people got up there and only had one other person in their section.
Yeah, well, there was one person who did that. Yeah, Mickey Vaughan
Yeah.
had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything else, I unfortunately didn't get past the section.
Played pairs, triples,
I played in every
mixed
event.
Who was your partner in the pairs?
Ben Varco from Mornington Civic.
Yes.
He played really well.
He's
up
an
there.
emerging bowler there, isn't he? He's one of the newies. Is
Yes.
that right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a 2-year bowler.
He's the one with the rather gorgeous looking wife, isn't it?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah,
good.
taken. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yes.
Okay. And who was your triples partners?
So it was Cam Lee from Narre Warren.
Yep.
And also Zach Storm from Narre Warren.
They're the Magpies out at Narre One, aren't they? They
No,
used to still wear the black and white, I think, years ago.
No, they got some green.
Very
now
nice of
these
them.
days. Yeah.
And mixed pairs?
A lady called Debbie Gorin who plays up at Creswick now,
Okay.
down at Ballarat.
Brilliant.
So she's a handy little bowler.
Good. And how was the weather up there?
Oh, beautiful.
Good.
Yep.
Good. And the greens?
Yeah, there were probably 16, 17.
Which was your big trip from...
Which
Did you stay in Shep?
Yeah, we did a Airbnb.
Yeah.
Just not far from the club.
What was your longest trip out there to a game?
Euroa.
Yeah, you didn't go to Todd's and my favourite place at... what's the one halfway where the college is? You couldn't remember it last week. Dookie.
No, I haven't been down there.
We loved it at Dookie. Great people. The greens weren't really conducive to...
They weren't brilliant.
Especially not for KP or me to bowl. Well,
Never
anyway.
brilliant.
We'll have
But
Todd I nearly called you the other, Todd Simmons in a minute to
Yeah.
talk to us as well.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, you had fun, though.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
Oh, it was
Did
good. There was
Did you succeed in anything?
We won our section in the triples, but then we actually got beaten by another section winner who actually ended up winning the whole thing. That Jared Davies, he's a good bowler, mate. Jared Davies.
He's a young talent.
Oh, he was very, very good, and that was in Matty
What do we call
Flapper's team. And who else did they have? Another
Sniper,
young
that's right, yeah, Sniper, yeah.
player.
Yeah.
No, he was very.
He is brilliant. He will play for, I would imagine he'll probably finish up playing for the Australian Open side when he gets to that age.
Yeah.
As in,
Yeah, he did.
he's
very
probably in the
well.
emerging, I think he's in the emerging squad at the moment, but yeah.
Well, we'll just quickly go through some of these anyway, because in the mixed pairs we only had one team from the Morning Peninsula actually reached the knockout rounds, and that was Annie Skipworth. She had a really good
Yep.
tournament up there.
Good.
Yeah, she did.
Next
So
one.
she did that. We had the men's
Now,
pairs.
this is one worth discussing actually because
Yeah.
there's Tex McClellan and Scotty Guymer from
Yeah.
Somerville.
Yeah, they did very well.
Well, Scotty has never got to the heights that he reached when he played up there with me some years ago when we made it, I think, to quarterfinals.
Oh, right.
So he goes on with somebody like Tex, which is a lovely bloke, but without me, he goes nowhere.
He goes nowhere.
No, he's crap.
So they actually got to the second round
Yep,
of
they
the
did.
knockouts.
Yep, no prize money though.
None of the ladies actually got through any of their sections. The men's singles, we had actually 9 Mornington Peninsula players win through on their sections.
Really good.
It was.
Dean Drummond, Hastings.
Who made it the furthest? Dean Drummond from Hastings got the furthest, which was...
Yeah, which was basically in the round 5 of 7 into the final. He got the furthest. David Bewley from Somerville did well. He got to round 3 of the knockouts.
Yeah.
And Tommy Lockie's as well. So they're the better
Great bloke,
ones.
Dave Bewley. A bloke
Yeah.
you would go to war with as your partner.
Correct.
Ripper fella.
Yeah. In the women's singles, Annie Skipworth, she actually got to the second round of the knockouts,
Brilliant.
as did Joyce Burt from Hastings and Taryn Rain from Hastings as well.
Good.
In the men's,
Hey, at least Dave Cooper won something. Cooper Westcombe won the triples.
No, that's the other Cooper.
I know it's the other Cooper,
Yeah.
but I thought it might have been your brother's thing, wasn't it?
No.
What's your name?
Cooper.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Cooper here. Cooper Westcombe one.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
down at Glenroy.
I know that, but he's another Cooper though.
Correct.
yeah.
Geez, you like dealing with a school teacher. You like as bad as he is.
No.
I get
No,
mad
but
about
that was
everything.
that was the team that we played.
Oh,
And-
you played?
Yeah, and lost to. So this Cooper Westcombe, Matty Flapper and Jared Davies.
Davies, yeah.
And they ended up winning 15-11 against Alan Skitten, Curtis Hanley from MCC.
Brad Foot from
Brad Foot.
Footy, yep.
from
Mentone.
Mentone. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So anyway,
Women's
that
triples.
was that.
Bad luck. Nothing happened there.
No,
Brilliant.
women's triples, nothing at all as well. So
I believe that Barb Gilbert, who's president of Bowls Peak, but also runs this event,
yeah.
she had record numbers again,
Yeah.
which is amazing, isn't it?
Well, it seems to be building and building, and you knew that because of basically how far and wide you had to go to play.
Mm.
So, but it was really good when we talk about it because everyone, once we'd played and then everyone was phoning everyone to work out who'd got through, and if they were going back to Shep Park, and then everyone was just heading into there and watching, which was fantastic.
Still, it's turned into a grandma's and grandpa's event, but it's successful by numbers, which is great.
Oh,
It has.
oh, you're harsh.
Well, no,
Yeah.
the big names aren't there anymore.
You're harsh.
The big names aren't there anymore.
Well, it sort of was coinciding with other
Yeah, it
events
does,
that were
but
going
that's
on,
right.
let's
Well,
be honest.
anyway.
So,
But it's a great event. Credit to them, to Bowls Vic and Barb. It's a great, super event. But
Yeah,
the reality is it's mums and dads' event, grandmas and grandpas.
all right. On that
my opinion.
note, we'll
That's
go
it.
to our first break, and we'll go to that now.
When you're a big bank, you have big responsibilities. The biggest of which is to do the right thing. It's something Bendigo Bank has always been good at. Bendigo Bank is proud to support AFL Southeast Women's Football.
Okay, welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays, and again we obviously have our guest here, which is Cooper Krauss from the City of Frankston, and now we're going to look at the Division 1 Pennant results last Saturday.
Does this make me look more intelligent having glasses on?
I
It
don't
does,
know.
don't it?
If
Does it work for you?
it does, I don't know, does it work for me?
Where's yours?
Where are yours?
I don't need them.
Last week, Coringal hosted Dramana, and they won by a lot. Craig Catterick's Rink got up by lots as usual. He's a superstar in the
19.
home and away season.
So Kringle won by 39
Lots.
shots.
Yeah,
and
just
3
say
weeks
lots,
up.
okay? Get through quickly. Mount Eliza hosted Somerville.
The amount of work I do and he just brushes over it. Anyway, yeah, come on, let's go.
You lost a rink as usual to John Stevens. Billy Johnson gave Scotty Geimer a lesson. Mike Pearce gave Britt Jago a lesson.
Yep,
And John Curtin fell over the line against Bruce Evans by...
14.
Yeah.
That's close. Now, 28 shots, lots of rinks up, fantastic,
Yeah, just
brilliant.
fell over the line.
What an exciting week of bowls it was. Rye hosted, here's the match of the round. Rye hosted City of Frankston.
I concur.
Justin Perina won his rink yet again. That's 3 from 3. Since
He
I gave him a
has.
bake, he hasn't lost his rink.
No, he's done.
Yep.
He's
He
done
has
well.
done
well.
very well. You spurred him.
He even wrote nice things about me on Facebook. You won your rink.
Did he?
Hey, who's your third?
Stand the man.
With his bowling arm?
Yes.
It was Carolyn. Oh, sorry, apologise. Carolyn Slewinski. I called you Caroline 2 or 3 weeks back, and it's Carolyn. So big apologies to you, and sorry about the lawn at the front of your house, but it's another story for another day. You won your rink.
Correct.
Did Stan actually get a wrong bias down or a right bias down? Did he actually contribute anything to the game?
Yeah, no, he did. He's bowling really well at the moment with the arm.
Did you
which is
keep
good.
reminding that he was once a state player and he was a Victorian rowing coach and played football for Werribee and...
Look.
That's enough said.
Anyway,
Who's
we
Gerald
digress.
Shriver?
Jerry?
He won his rink.
You did.
Well, there's a novelty.
Yes.
And Ashley, of course, won his rink again as well. They won by
21.
28 or something like that. No,
So-
it's 18 shots, I reckon it is. Oh, he won by 21.
21.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So
Fantastic.
did he swap because Jackie Daniel was skipping?
No, I think the talk was that Jack wanted to step down just so Jerry had a solid back
Yeah.
end.
Yep,
Because when my last game for Kringle when we played City of Frankston,
yep.
he wasn't getting bowls
To help him, to assist him.
to help. But now that Jack's offered to step down, he's sort of given him more.
Well, Alan Ash has won a game. Is he? I think
He's winning.
He's won every
Yeah,
week.
He's done well.
Yeah,
I think he's won every week.
He's won every week, Alan.
He's held the place together while they all deserted, and now they're all coming back, and
Yeah.
more coming back.
Yeah.
Fair lead in Jerry's ring. He's got Wayne Spencer as his lead. It's
Yeah.
not no mug chucking
No.
the first bowl down at the end.
Spanner's bowling really well as well. So
Okay, and then
Right.
so that was a win. Then in the match of the round, the highlighted TV game, where I'm not quite sure the TV audience really reached the heights we would hope for, but Civic played Hastings, and we'll just say that there were 1 or 2 technical issues in terms of getting the cameras in a good spot. That's all I'm going to say, Pete. I'm not going to tell them that they were.
I saw a brief section when something came up, something about our batteries going flat
Yep,
or something.
Great. Anyway, Hastings won at Civic. Your point from a couple of weeks ago, by the way, was to home clubs when they've got carpet or grass to determine which one.
Yeah.
Well, Civic got on them, smart boys, decided not to play them on the synthetic green, went over onto the grass, lost
Yep.
all rinks, and they lost the game. So that was that one. The ladder hasn't altered. We still have Mount Elias at the top.
Yep.
Summy's held on to second. I think you guys are third.
No, fourth.
Fourth. Somebody else is.
Hastings, yep.
There's a ladder, is there?
Hastings, City of
third.
Frankston.
All right.
Yep.
And so the ladder still hasn't changed. That's 4 weeks in a row it hasn't changed, and Kringle's still only in the finals race.
No.
And won't be.
So the only two who haven't won so far are Dramana and Mornington Civic.
That must be. I hope is that one of the TV games, Pete? That'll have a riveting viewing watching two bottom sides try and fight out for their first win of the year. That would be, wow, what a game. Division 2. That's Division 1. Done.
Yep. Division 2. Mornington is on top.
Front runners going
Yep.
very well.
Yes.
Very, very well. Great club too. Belvedere second, Dramana 2, Somerville 2.
Yep.
There was actually one of the other divisions, I don't know which week it was, but I mean, one of them actually had really interesting results. I'll get to that later in a minute. Anyway, that's Division 2.
Division 3.
Yeah.
Not a word from Balnarring. Where's Balnarring on this list, by the way?
They're in South,
Are they?
Yeah, yeah.
Why are they in South?
because that's where they've always been.
Well, we might go to that one then, because Division 2, they're on top.
Correct.
You happy now?
Now that you mention them.
Well, because we got complaints we weren't discussing the other ring, so we've discussed Division 2.
Well,
Brilliant.
Division 2, but in saying they're on top, we've got, 4 teams that have got 2 wins. So
The ladder is it's reversed. Top 4 have all got 2 and 1, and the bottom 4 have got 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough,
correct.
there was one very large win in there, which is funny, Balnarring over Main Ridge. I was reading during the week about having reality checks. I think Main Ridge had their reality check. They were top of the ladder.
Yeah, they were. And we made
They're not
comment about
we
it.
We did. And of course, we put the kiss of death on them in a big way.
Oh, yes.
Division 3 was where I
Oh.
thought was interesting, because all the top sides won and all the bottom sides lost.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find something of interest in them, but I can't find much interesting down there.
No.
Phil, if you're awake yet? Oh, hello. What we got? No, we're getting production instructions. Turn your phone off, Pete. What are we doing? No, we're not doing anything. All right, fine. Talk to the microphone. The instruction? Beautiful.
Right.
Division 3, Dramana's on top. Country Club, they're both undefeated, which is beautiful, as is Dramana in Division 4.
Yep.
Hastings in Division 5 are undefeated, and Mornington Civic. Not going so well at the top level, but their bottom side's doing brilliantly.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. And in the north section, your mob, City of Frankston, on top of Division 4. It's equal, everybody's equal on Division 3, Blue Hills, Hastings, blah, blah, blah.
He's going all over the shop.
Well,
so
who cares?
It's hard for you
We're
to find
trying
out
to-
exactly where it is.
Have we done Pennant yet? I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to do it Tuesday. Where's Tuesday?
No, we've got midweek Pennant.
Have we? Great.
Yeah,
That's where
we
the
got
real
midweek.
news is, because in Restricted, which is, of course, the only one we really should be focusing on, who's on top?
Oh,
Mount
The
Martha.
mighty Mount
because,
Martha's.
because
My
Mount
club.
Martha's there. Right.
My club. I coached there midweek.
So they've got 4 wins, haven't had a
side.
loss. All the other teams, bar one, have all had 2 wins,
Did you
2
hear what I said?
losses.
I coached that side. They
I heard,
win
but
because of me.
I just chose to just keep going.
Actually, I don't coach them at all, but that's just rubbish to my path. But they are.
Yeah.
They're probably remembering the great tips I gave them a couple of years ago when I was down there. Division 2, Sorrento on top, which is actually great to see.
Yeah.
And they had the midweek novelty pennant thing that started last night.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, not last night, I apologise, Wednesday night,
Yeah.
which was hosted down at Rye. Pete was down there filming at Rye. He was also at your club, City of Frankston, I think.
Yeah.
Were you playing?
No. They had enough players, which was good. So
That's good.
I had a
Obviously
spell.
weren't offering money for playing on Wednesday nights, obviously, down at City of Frankston. Did you play last night? Wednesday night, I should say.
No, I didn't. No.
Not offering money down at Mount Eliza either.
No.
We don't know any of the results, but Bowles was probably the winner down there last night, which is just spectacular.
Apparently it was good. And the only other thing I want to do before we go
yeah.
to another break
Ooh,
is the
controversial, this
mixed
one.
pairs. No, it's
It
not.
has
the
been. It has been.
What?
Yeah.
The mixed pairs championship.
There was a formal complaint, I believe, laid by one of the people who were in the final 4 about the draw being changed for the sectional play,
Really?
post-sectional play, I should say, for the way it was done.
Formal complaint.
Formal complaint that apparently normally when you do a draw for an event like that, you do the sectional play, which is your
Yep.
playoffs, and then at the same time you also produce a random draw of what section 1 to 8, who plays who each other in the quarter final
Yeah.
to go through to the final. Well, apparently, the word I've got, and it is pretty close to the truth for a change, that somebody in that final 4,
Yeah.
we won't mention any clubs, but they certainly involved with, I think, both Dramana and Roseville on the beach, didn't like the way the draw was done, put in a formal complaint, were sat back down on their bum, and they're in the semi-final, which is fantastic. Your club is there?
Yeah, so Dale Verhagen and Kim Ronan, they beat the Kings. So they're in the first semi-final against Wal Lewington and Julie
I think
Simpson.
it'd be fair to say they'll be in the final.
And they...
As in Dale and Kim will be in the final.
Yeah, well, Lewington and Simpson beat the Pepituses.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's great.
And
Did they fight during the game, the Pepituses?
Sorry?
Did they fight, or was it a bigger Sugapur Poli Pandu down there? A bit of love for each other. That's Greek for love, by the way, guys.
Well, as I think I said last week,
yep.
or 2 weeks ago, they are married, so...
Never play with each other.
Never play with each
And
other.
the other
In
half of the
second,
draw?
we've got Trouty
Yep.
and Sandra Coughlin and against...
Sandra McColgan, not Coughlin.
McColgan,
Sandra
yeah.
McColgan.
Oh, we got in trouble for that last year, I
You
remember.
did, not me. I don't get trouble with
No,
Sandra.
you
She
don't.
loves me.
No, you just get in
They're
trouble
playing
for
Graham
everything
Avery
else.
and Jan Richardson from Kooringal.
Correct.
Jan has got a significant job in front of her to try and get to win that one. Trouty and Sandra will romp that one in and go to another mixed pairs final for about the third or fourth year in a row, I think it'll be.
Yeah, so that semi-finals played on the 1st of December.
And that's at Belvedere. Believe it or not, which surface they reckon they're using at Belvedere for this event? Sunday morning? Which surface would you naturally assume they would be using at Belvedere?
Synthetic.
Right, well they apparently arrived last Sunday and were told they're playing on grass. I have been told by a reliable source, Piggy, so it's obviously not that reliable, but that the green was neither rolled nor cut.
Oh, you're joking.
And it wasn't running particularly quickly.
And with the dew in the morning, it would have been even slower, I dare
Absolutely
say.
brilliant. Well, that's Pennant gone,
All
by
right,
the way.
okay, we'll
What's
go
next?
to a break and then we're going to come back and we're going to do the hot seat when it's going to be 1 minute with Cooper Krauss. Back in a moment.
Jimmy Rum,
Jimmy Rum.
Jimmy Rum, Rum, Rum.
Jimmy Rum.
Jimmy Rum, Rum, Rum.
Jimmy Rum.
Jimmy Rum.
Smooth, silky, and so unique. It's a whisper in your mouth. Come and have a sip and tour our world. JimmyRum.com.au. Station sponsor.
Get set for winter with these hot offers. Purchase a Solar Heart solar water heater and get a $500 trade-in on your old water heater. Plus get 4 years interest-free on any residential product, including solar power. Only at Solar Heart.
Hastings Mowers and Equipment,
Yeah, my neighbour's cat is sitting on top of the fence taunting the dog.
Siamese,
I'll say he's just lying there, swishing his tail, licking himself. Oh man, he's just winked at me.
Okay, it's tempting to go with a head trimmer.
Right?
Go with the Aussie AB Cougar Mark III pressure washer.
Oh yeah, we had splashdown.
There's nothing a little horsepower can't solve. Hastings Mowers and Equipment.
Battery World now open in Mornington.
We know batteries. We know our 75 D23Ls from our DIN 65 LHs. And we know which is best for you. We have the range and a spark no one else can match because we live and breathe batteries. Those beautiful boxes and cylinders that power our lives and our passions. That's why we're the batteryologists. We're Battery World.
Battery World Shop 1, 43 Mornington Tyre Road, Mornington.
Right back to the start. All right. So welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays, and now it's the fast minute with Cooper Krauss in the hot seat. Are you
Your
ready,
time
Cooper?
starts?
Time starts
Now.
Where were you born?
In Frankston Hospital.
At what age did you start bowls?
11.
Which bowls club was your first?
Down at Long Island.
Who has influenced you the most in bowls?
Toddy I started with, moved to Barry and now Stan.
As in Barry Lester?
Yes, Barry Lester, yeah.
Do you have any superstitions in bowls, and if so, what?
I always have to have my cloth with me. My rag.
Okay. The same rag?
Yes, always the same.
What team do you follow? Footy team?
Richmond, of course.
Smart boy.
Yeah, he's
Very
smart.
smart boy.
I'm smart.
Stop the clock. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Restart the clock now.
Restart the clock, go. Best bowler you've ever seen play?
You can tell me if you want to.
It'd have to be Barry Lester.
Okay.
Okay, good. Best moment in bowls to date?
When I won the region pairs with Dale Jones at Mentone.
Favourite food?
It'd have to be Spag Bowl.
What's your bowling nickname and why you called it?
Look, I got a few. Radar, I got down at Armistead when I played at Belgrade. Long story. Vandal as well because of the colour of my bowls.
Yep.
And also, there's one other, but I can't think of it.
All right. When you pick your nose, are you left-handed, right-handed, or ambidextrous?
Stupid question. Get on with the next one. Get
Both.
on with it.
Both.
Yeah.
So he's
What a
ambidextrous.
ridiculous question.
Now, you and Stan the Man Slawinski are back at Frankston. Where do you think you'll finish on the ladder with City of Frankston at the end of the season? What position?
We're hoping to finish top 2.
Who is your favourite cartoon character?
I don't actually have one.
Toilet paper. Do you prefer to pull from the top or under the roll?
Who wrote these stupid questions?
I did.
Seriously.
It's very
Well
important.
done.
This
That's
one.
minutes up. Well
The
done.
top.
Pardon?
The top.
It has to be the top.
Do the
As
last
a
one.
cook, what's your best meal that you've created?
You can't beat a nice steak.
Can you cook it though?
Can you?
Yes, I can.
Brilliant. Loved it here.
Medium rare or what?
Yes, always.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
You were asking
Congratulations.
who was the best bowler you've
Succeeded.
seen? Surely you would have thought I would have been in front of Barry. I mean, I'm left-handed too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I would have, you only must have just picked me, did he?
yeah, just yeah.
Okay. Because I'm the second best left-hander at Clayton. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Ali Forsyth's number 1.
Yeah.
And then me. I don't know who the others are lefties down there, but it's probably most. I think they're all me.
Right. Okay.
All that
Good. Coops, thanks. You survived
I did. Yes.
even the hot seat and even being next to Michael. So
Did it right, buddy.
congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having
Good
me.
kid. Good kid.
Good. Thank you for coming in.
No,
so
thanks.
we'll have another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have Todd Simmons and his son Jet, who's also come and can come and sit and have a chat with us. Back in a moment.
Get set for winter with these hot offers. Purchase a Solar Heart solar water heater and get a $500 trade-in on your old water heater. Plus, get 4 years interest-free on any residential product, including solar power. Only at Solar Heart.
When you're a big bank, you have big responsibilities. The biggest of which is to do the right thing. It's something Bendigo Bank has always been good at. Bendigo Bank is proud to support AFL Southeast Women's Football.
Hastings Mowers and Equipment,
Yeah, my neighbour's cat is sitting on top of the fence taunting the dog.
Siamese,
I'll say he's just lying there, swishing his tail, licking himself. Oh man, he's just winked at me.
Okay, it's tempting to go with a head trimmer.
Right?
Go with the Aussie AB Cougar Mark III pressure washer.
Oh yeah, we had splashdown.
There's nothing a little horsepower can't solve. Hastings Mowers and Equipment.
Welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays, and as mentioned earlier, we have another guest, actually a couple of guests. We have Todd Simmons and Jet Simmonds, of course, and of course your business, which is Hooded Lyfe.
Yes. Hey, sponsors us.
They do sponsor us, so it was very good. So there's that, and of course you have that with your wife Holly, who's lovely as well. So it's a family business here on the Morning Peninsula.
Who's the boss? We know the answer to that question, don't we, Holly? We know the answer to that question, don't we, Holly, eh?
But
I'm the boss. Yeah. You know.
But if you can tell us a little bit about, I think, look, most people do, but for those who don't, what is your history in lawn bowls for a start? We know that your company doesn't just do sports apparel, you do business, clothing, apparel and different things as well.
Sure.
But give us a little bit of a history of your rundown of your sporting prowess in bowls.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, just keep it simple. I guess I've been bowling close on 30 years now. I started when I was 10 and been lucky enough to play for Australia. And I guess about 6 years ago, I started working in the clothing industry. And I sort of saw there was a real gap in the market as to customer service and doing the right things for the clubs. And Holly and I thought probably better that we went out and did it on our own. And we've been doing it now for just over 3 years, and it's been great. We supply quite a few bowls clubs around Australia with the assistance, and we're like an agent for Bowlswear Australia. Yeah. So that's how we do all the BA clothing, and then we do a lot of football, netball, basketball, businesses. So we do basically everything that anybody would need with clothing or merchandise.
You're big on the high-vis stuff as well, like the tradies type gear as well?
Yeah, we do all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Very good. And you are located in downtown Frankston, aren't you?
Yeah, in Sky Road, Frankston, just near the car yards there, where they've built the new Overton Road train overpass there.
What a pleasure that is now to go through there. That was 10, 15 minutes every time before.
It wasn't so much of a pleasure working next to all the work there for 2 years, but anyways, it's done now and it's fantastic.
In all seriousness, Hooded Lyfe, folks, if you want anything to do with sporting apparel, even business apparel, whether it be promo tops for your business or workwear for your business, give Todd a call. at Hooded Lyfe, and you can get hooded. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Hashtag get hooded. Yes.
How did you come up with that name anyway?
So it was. Well, I suppose Holly came up with the name, and originally we were going to come out with a business that was just basically doing hoodies. You know, you'd see it on Facebook where it says, "I'm born in July," you know, and I'm the best, or things like that. Our plan was to come out with hoodies like that were a little bit fun, bit of a gimmick, and so forth. But then, we sort of changed our model around to become doing all the sports.
And you've had some genuinely big time athletes where your gear, haven't you? Like this
have,
one. Yeah. Oh no, not that one. This one. That's the real athlete.
A true athlete.
That is an athlete.
All aspects.
Speaking of money in sport. Hang on.
Clearly, you cater for all sizes.
Yes, indeed.
Based on that. Yeah.
That was just a bit of fun. Sorry, Frankie, I didn't mean to take that. By the way, how's Phil? We referred Phil and I, not you, but Phil Rees and I referred to Frankie as our adopted son.
Dude.
More Phil's the father of that one. Trust me, and timelines and dates. More importantly, we have a superstar cricketer with us as well. How are you, Jet?
Good.
Good, mate. Fist bump. Good lad. Tell me about your cricket season. How's that going?
Good.
Good, yeah. And last game, I heard a little whisper that the previous Saturday, that's the one just gone by, that you kept wickets to start.
Yes.
And at 20 overs gone,
yeah.
You said, enough of the wicket keeping. I'm coming on to buy my...
Overs.
Spin. Leggies or offies?
Leggies.
Beautiful. And just, don't let Dad do it, but you tell me, what were the bowling figures at the end of your 5 overs?
2 for 2 off 5.
They had no idea, did they? Fair to say they had no idea. Now, for those who are watching, I love my cricket, and that's probably my favourite sport first and foremost. And I went down to watch you play at Mount Martha last year, you might remember. Dad said to me, come on down and have a look. And you went out to have a bat, and I've gone, wow. Now, you're talented. You can great at bowls. You're the best bowler in the family, aren't you? Both overarm and underarm. Easily. I mean, Dylan's no good and Dad's no good.
No.
We're all has-beens.
Best left hand you've ever seen is me?
Nah, never.
Who is?
Probably Ali Forsyth.
Yeah, well, he's not. If he's just in front of me, that's true. But I had Clayton on the second best left-hander, aren't I?
Yeah.
Good, I like that.
Just all the others are.
So 2 for 2, and you played footy during the week. No, you played soccer, didn't you?
No.
You played footy.
Come on, get your facts right.
Well, I get lost because it was next to strikers. That was soccer, and now you're playing footy.
Long time ago, mate.
Not that long ago. It's hard when you're only 11 or 12, isn't it?
But are you still doing bowls, or is that sort of taking a little bit of a back seat with all the other sports?
A little bit of a back seat at the moment.
Yeah. They come out when he's at practice on a Thursday night with Dad.
He comes to the club and trains every night, and
that's cool.
He trains with the top side, and like tonight they had a game of triples, and he played middle, and he definitely fits in.
He loves the environment there, don't you, the Clayton? It's a great place to be.
So what's your position up at Clayton at
I'm just... What are you laughing at?
Oh, sorry, they asked you what position it is. Well, what is your position up there?
I'm just a player.
Yes.
But before that, weren't you sort of coach or whatever at Clayton?
Oh, like long time ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I came back this time, which is now my 3rd season there, I'm just there as a player.
Cool.
Just a player, and trust me, just a player. Have you won your rig this year?
Yeah.
When?
Have you played this year?
I played one game.
I played this bloke.
I don't know. He's on the bowl show, but he doesn't play bowls.
I do play bowls. Actually, I played on Tuesday. I played Tuesday this week. I came out of retirement because all the superstars.
Oh, and how did you go? Because I know the result.
We got spanked.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But God, that was windy down there. We played at Morty Alec on their carpet. My God, the wind was extraordinary. But anyway, no, out of retirement and went straight back into retirement after the game. Trust me, that one. It was fun, great to get out there with the great Clayton John again. But no, Toddy's, you're loving it down there, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yep.
So how many clubs have you been?
Yeah, Foot's to start with.
Hang on. I've been playing a fair while, though.
Yeah. No, I'm not having it as whatever.
Put it in perspective. You've also been a marquee player at clubs as well.
Yeah.
So you're not just... Yeah.
But like I basically... you've been to a few clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to list them all.
Okay.
But
more importantly, how many premierships have you played in bowls?
Yeah, a few. I've won a few flags.
You won Premier League a few times.
3 in a row.
Yep.
And a couple of different clubs. But
Yep. It's been a pretty good life for you too. And it's great that also now you can make your money, your livelihood out of the sport as well.
Yeah,
which
and
is great
that
as well.
has helped a lot. That my profile, a lot of people around the country know me, and I guess they put that little bit of extra trust in me, knowing that, you know, I've been their mate or spoken to them, that, you know, they can trust me with the clothing or their logos and so forth.
Yeah. Getting it right. That's the key with clothing, is getting it right, and you sure do that well.
And customer service and turnaround times. We're big on customer service
Well,
and
you
fast
did
turnaround times.
4 weeks for us for our recent training tops at Mount
Which
Eliza.
look good too, by the way.
Yeah.
As do all the training tops that you create for a lot of clubs out there. One of the questions on the list you had for Todd, I know we're going to run out of time here, but it says, what has been your greatest memory or achievement in bowls? Was it carrying me as your third for a season at Fitzroy?
Well, if we rephrase that and said, what's my hardest achievement, we've probably got that right.
Very good. You've asked the question, what's Dylan up to at the moment? And very little. He plays bowls, works, plays bowls, works.
Yeah.
He's engaged now.
No, he's not.
No.
Oops.
No. Yeah, oops.
Yeah, whoops,
that's
that
right.
was.
Oops.
Once was. That's all right.
Cut.
That's my job, not to let the facts get in the way of a good story. But no, he's loving life. He's flying, having a ball with the crew down at Clayton, loving his work he does with the government department, which we won't mention soon. PSO, yep. And he's quite seriously, greatest achievement in bowls for you?
I've probably got 2 that really stand out for me. One was, when I was younger, I had to make a decision, either cricket or bowls. And because the time between finishing cricket and playing high level bowls, and I had to make a decision, and I chose bowls because I wanted to represent my country in a chosen sport.
That's what I mean.
And I actually was lucky enough to do it. So the first time I played for Australia, and then probably the other time was when we won the Queensland Open triples with Dylan and Lee Schreiner. To win a major event with a family member was
super. In fact, we might actually put a photo of that up now with Peter, which Peter will have there, so you can see a photo of the 3 when they won that one. Which great one.
That was good.
Quickly, 2 others which you mentioned on here: Nathan Rice and Karen Murphy, 2 greats of representing Australia, both retired.
Yes.
Both retired. Lurch, which is Nathan Rice's name. If you've ever seen this guy, what is he? 6 foot.
Yeah,
6 or something.
6'3" or something. Yeah.
And
fantastic guy. Good. I really like Nathan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Karen was, I don't know if she had a nickname or not, but she probably did. Karen, but no, they 2 great bowlers for Australian bowls have retired. A bit like myself, I've just recently retired from Australian bowls as well.
Have you?
Yeah. If you had a
You
choice,
haven't been suspended, actually.
I have. I've actually never been suspended in bowls. I've been offered suspensions, but I don't. A quick question for you, Jetty: if you had to choose a sport where you could represent Australia, which would be the sport you'd love to most play for Australia?
Easily football.
Football, as in Aussie rules football.
Yes.
Yep. Playing the national, what do they call it? The international rules game against Ireland. And which footy team do you barrack for?
Same as Dad.
Yes, I did.
No.
Doesn't.
No, Dad's Swans.
Yeah, I'm Swans.
Oh, I can see that because even your car's got
Yes,
sort of the
that's
swan
it.
plate and whatever on
That
it.
quickly reminds, one quick story before you go. Many moons ago when we were at Fitzroy, Victoria, KP, Kirsty Paul just had a baby and it was her birthday I think, the other day. She parked the car out the front. She had a South Melbourne something on her number plate, and Piper and I, my daughter, covered in Richmond stickers. And she didn't know, so she drove off home. The next day I got an abusive message from KP about putting it away. I haven't done that to your car yet, have I?
No, and you probably won't.
Oh, yes, I will. Hooded Lyfe, folks. Get hooded. Hashtag get hooded. Great company, local business, and a superstar from Bowls and superstar family that do this company. Go see him for everything to do with workwear through to your sporting goods. And don't forget, it's not just bowls, it's every other sport out there. Which you could even looked at baseball, didn't we, one stage?
Yes.
That was my fault, actually. I didn't
We
think
still
of
can do that,
Yes,
you know,
you
so you know.
You can still do baseball as well. Been great having you guys on board.
Thanks for
Great
having
having
us.
you come on board as well. And good luck with the rest of your cricket season.
Thank you.
And, we'll wish you the best with your bowl season as well.
Thank you.
But go the mighty Copperers.
That's it.
Good. Back in a moment.
Get set for winter with these hot offers. Purchase a Solar Heart solar water heater and get a $500 trade-in on your old water heater. Plus, get 4 years interest-free on any residential product, including solar power. Only at Solar Heart.
Jimmy Rum.
Jimmy Rum.
Jimmy Rum Rum Rum.
Jimmy Rum.
Jimmy Rum Rum Rum.
Jimmy Rum.
Jimmy Rum.
Smooth, silky, and so unique. It's a whisper in your mouth. Come and have a sip and tour our world. JimmyRum.com.au. Station sponsor.
All right, now we'll have a break, but when we come straight back, we'll be going to John Adams, who went down to the City of Frankston where he met and interviewed Stan the Man Slawinski and Jack Daniels.
Okay, with Peter Armistead at the City of Frankston Bowling Club. Peter's been quite a colourful character in his professional life and in other sports away from bowls. Peter, tell us a little bit about your early career. Your father was a bowler, I believe.
Yeah, only in his later years. Like, he never bowled when he was working. When he retired, he got into it. And there's actually a green named after him at Nile West. Yeah.
Right, so you've been with City of Frankston Bowling Club for how long?
5 years now. Yeah.
And in that time, have you had a little bit of success?
Yeah, I was lucky enough. We won a Division 2 premiership in our first year. I've enjoyed bowling. I've got to the stage where I probably bowl every day of the week nowadays. So it's become a bit of an obsession.
Have you won any club awards?
I've won a few club awards, yeah. Hundreds up, and singles, and not singles, pairs and triples. Been lucky enough to win something every year I've been here.
As a worker, what did you do?
I was a bricklayer. It's just mental and physical prostitution, it is.
And did you always worked in the area?
Yeah,
around the peninsula?
all around this area. Yeah.
And do you have your own business?
Yeah, I worked with a gang initially, and then the last 20 years just with another bloke, sort of, two of us together.
What are the sports you've been involved in?
Actually, I rode a bike as a kid. I rode a bike with a Sun Tour winner. My training mate won a Sun Tour. And then I played football. And then when I got married, I took up running and ended up probably running 40 marathons and 40 ultra marathons.
Okay, well, your story in the ultra marathon is really fascinating. You went overseas with the ultra marathons?
Yeah, I ran 2 Western States 100 milers. Yeah, through the Sierra Nevadas in California, which is probably the most prestigious ultra race in America.
And did you have any success?
Not in that race, I didn't. I'd had success here. I won 12-hour run at Portsea and second a couple of times at the Bathurst. 100-mile run up there. They used to have a run around Bathurst. Ran 24-hour runs. Colac 6-day. I ran third in a Colac 6-day run. It's all crazy stuff.
During this period, you must have run into the famous Cliffy Young.
I knew Cliffy well, yeah. Everyone in the ultra scene knew Cliffy. He was a true gentleman of the scene. And everyone loved the man. You know. He's a great man, old Cliffy.
Any stories you'd like to share about you?
Yeah, I remember the first Melbourne Marathon they ever had, and he was on the starting line in his long shirt and long trousers, and everyone thought he was this clown. And he finished the marathon. Then a couple of years later, he's come out and won the first Sydney to Melbourne, and he became a national hero after that. And he married Mary, who was a bit of a hypochondriac. Oh, probably shouldn't say that, but she was. And Cliffy and her had a pretty good relationship for the time they were married. He never regretted a day of it. So he was a great man, old Cliff.
Thanks very much, Peter.
Pleasure.
Very interesting. Okay. With John Daniels at City of Frankston Bowling Club. John, what are your roles within the club here?
I'm one of the selectors around the club, have been for the last 3 or 4 years. Also take care of the bar, do all the ordering, serving behind the bar, things like that.
And the club this year is, after a bit of a slow start, you started to revitalise, I believe.
We are. It took us a little while to get things moving this year. We had a few players leave from our upper level sides at the end of last season, but we're starting to recover now. A few players coming back and possibly a few more joining the club.
As a player, what sort of success have you had?
Look, I suppose the ultimate success was last year when we went up to Moama. We had both our Saturday and midweek sides up there, and to win the state title for midweek, it was a real exciting achievement. But I've won an over 60 pairs PBD. I was a club champion at Long Island.
For a lot of us that don't know, that are more recent into the area, what was the story behind the demise of Long Island?
It was a sad day. It was a sad day when the golf club wanted to take over the bowls club for their own facilities. The sad thing about all that is that the bowling green and the club is still there and they can't do anything with it. So that's the demise of what was a terrific little bowls club.
In your earlier career, you played both district cricket and VFA football.
That's right.
You played district cricket at Richmond.
Yep.
And who are the big names at Richmond?
Big names there at the time. I suppose Graham Yallop, he was the Australian captain at the time. Jimmy Higgs, John Lahane, people like Dave Cowper, Russell Sincock. We were all quite strong sides back in those days.
And did you any particular individual highlight of your own?
My own? Oh, I don't like to boast. Took 8 for 21 one day, so I was pretty happy with that.
It's a great performance. And at the same time, you played VFA football at Camberwell.
I did.
In a pretty tough era.
It's the late 70s, I suppose. Footy was always tough back then. Didn't matter where you played, whether it was in the local comps or the VFA. It was always tough.
Did you enjoy VFA footy?
I did. I enjoyed it greatly. It was terrific.
Okay, now, in your working career, what did you do?
I was an accountant. Spent 20 years working with the Abrahams family. That was terrific. They were a great bunch of people to work for, mainly in manufacturing.
And you also believe that you were behind the jump at one stage?
I was. I held the licence of the Royal Hotel in Kerrang. Pub life, tough life. Did that for about 4 years. Decided that no, there's easier ways to make a quid than behind the jump in a country pub.
Okay, well, thank you very much, John.
Terrific, thank you.
That's good.
Welcome back to Bowling Between the Bays. We're back.
Which bays?
Bowling Between... How are you doing this?
Hey, listen.
Western Port,
by the way,
Phillip.
well done to you up at the Vic Open, getting all those people to say such wonderful things about me. It was really nice of them. Thanks very much, guys. Lovely.
You know what? Quite a few of them
yes.
had to actually look it up to see what sip it was.
That's right. Trust me, I know what the word means. Trust me, I know what that word means. Now, don't tap the table anymore. I'm sick and tired of you.
I like tapping it.
Oh, that kid before, the one we paid all the money to come on the show, he was doing it all non-stop through his interview. What's his name? Cooper Krauss.
Cooper.
My son's name is Cooper, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, I must have to do it. This weekend we have Division 1.
Yes, let's go through those matches and who we think might win.
Which is the TV game, do you know?
Yes, it's City of Frankston versus Dramana at Dramana.
So Dramana, 2 p.m. if you're down that way, folks, go down and see some of the greats of bowls. Stan Slawinski, the People's Champion. You keep calling him the Stan the name, but he's the People's Champion. Don't forget that.
You do.
Cooper Krauss will be down there as well. He's a superstar on the rise.
Now, you mentioned earlier that Frankston might be getting some more players.
Oh, yes.
Do you know any more about that?
They have gone to the bank and taken out a mortgage, a bigger mortgage to cover them. And they've got 2 more coming in. 2 blokes from up Armidale/Melbourne Way, both Premier League bowlers, both signed on the cusp of clearances. And the money they're paying them is extraordinary, folks. I mean, you think Cooper getting $1,000 a week is big money. This guy, seriously, so the money. Anyway, we've got Dramana. I don't know whether they're arriving this week or not. These new guys, I don't. I'm just looking for a yes, no. Good, thank you. Not this week. They might be soon. Anyway, 2 more big names.
Big names.
City of Frankston will become outright second favourite for the flag,
right? Because
we know the favourite is you guys. So Dramana versus City of Frankston, 2 o'clock at Dramana. The weather forecast for Saturday is not spectacularly brilliant.
No, it's
not. We hope to have TV cameras there, but if it's rained affected, it's going to be very difficult for Pete to film it, but we'll do our very best. So Dramana should win that one comfortably.
Right. Kringle.
Well, on Dry on Dramana. Happy birthday to Greg Booker, who turned whatever he turned during the week, probably 65.
Yep.
And hopefully, as a birthday present this week, you might win your rink, Sunshine, which would be great. Might even get Cooper, and you can win your rink against him. And Stan, Kringle versus Rye.
Yes.
This is
Kringle
not
versus
even
Rye.
This is not even a match of the week. There's
No,
not
it shouldn't be. Well, it's at Kringle.
In somebody's
isn't it?
dreams might be a good match, but Kringle by how many?
Yeah.
Could be the deciding factor whether they get back into the 4 or not. Especially if City of Frankston get done by Dramana.
I don't mind the next game, Hastings and Somerville at Hastings.
Battle of Western Port.
Yes.
I would say Hastings, who are moving well at the moment, other than last week against Civic, obviously, but they're doing all right. And their home track, they're doing nicely on their home track, I think. Have they actually won a game yet this year, do you know? I haven't got a clue.
I
a clue.
I think Somerville will win that one.
They would have to hope that a couple of their players start lifting up at Somerville. There's a few people there who are really starting to drag the chain.
Yeah.
Seriously out of form. One even retired. On Saturday night he retired.
Really?
And by Tuesday night at selection he was out of retirement again.
Wow.
Michael Potter. Congratulations on your latest retirement. This is probably about the 700th you've done in the last 5 or 6 years, but you're out of retirement. Bad luck to Heidi. You won't be able to have showers in the morning. You know what I'm talking about there. Don't you edit that out either. Right, well, that's got to go to where? Hastings versus Somerville. Hastings to win.
All right, and Mornington Civic are playing Mount Eliza.
Not a chance in the world against you guys. You guys are building trophy cabinets already at Mount Eliza for the great JC.
I'm sure. I was actually told Mornington Civic are probably going to play that on their slowest green, and they'll probably water it the night before.
Let's hope they don't do that. But good luck to them. They do.
Why do they do it if they play their best bowls on the synthetic? I don't think they've played any of their
Not quite sure
Division 1 pennant. I'm touching it again, am I?
I'm not quite
sure. I'm trying to make my point. Sorry about that.
Hit me instead. I'm not quite sure that Mornington Civic actually have played their best bowls yet this season, and they probably won't. Right, their things aren't great down there. Good club, lovely facilities. Go down there, have host the function there, but when it comes to Division 1 bowls, no, sorry, you're not at it, guys. That's Division 1. Good luck to everybody who plays Division 1. You are the superstars of local bowls, and that's why we don't cover other divisions, because we don't even know who's playing each other. Sorry. Good luck to them. Don't mention the money.
We cover the best that we can.
We do. Wednesday night at Summy is the midweek triples pennant, correct? And this week it's at Summy. We look forward to some good commentary from that one. I might even make a guest appearance that night just to help out a bit.
Yeah.
May not, but I'll try. But anyway, that's something Wednesday night. Look, it's a good event, a good attempt, I should say, by the local division, district, or whatever they're called.
They just needed to
get some momentum.
But anyway, some momentum, and it'll be fine.
And watch it. Just get on and watch it. Go down and watch it. If you're around the Summy area, go down and watch it. It's always fun. I don't know who are the bowlers in it, because we're not seeing any results come through, because it's only week 1, but we don't have a ladder. But maybe the week following we might have some ladders.
Did actually go through today, so but
don't worry.
Next week we'll have a look at it. I mean, nothing much happens in the first
Just
week.
for the information, guys, it's come through on TMAP, and it's very professional and looks very exciting. So
that is the voice of our wonderful producer, director Pete
I still get.
That's the wonderful voice of our producer, director Pete Susovich.
It is. Thank you. I still get asked plenty of times how they can actually see this show. As well, from
if they're watching it now, they know, don't they?
People.
If they're watching it now, they already know, don't they?
Yes. Well,
they can go on Facebook, Google. You speak a bit loud. I can't hear you.
They can go on multiple Facebook pages.
Thank you. Yep.
Multiple YouTube pages.
Yep.
Mornington Peninsula News Group.
Oh yes.
They can go on a vast number of Facebook pages and YouTube pages.
There are plenty of ways. If you don't understand the theory of all this, and you have managed to see the show today, go ask somebody in your club how you can go and see it.
Well, it's probably more that the people at the clubs, if they could let their members know how to get onto it. And I think how most of it are doing at Mount Eliza now are basically doing a Google search, Morning Peninsula Bowls, bowling between the bays, and bang, it comes straight up.
Are you still a school teacher?
Yes.
Shows through a lot. Next week we have a special guest. We had a special guest this week, but next week we've got a really special guest.
Well, we do.
What's his name?
James Whitehead.
Where's he work?
he is Bowls Australia. He's the representative for our region. So he's very kindly
technically employed by Bowls Victoria, but paid for by Bowls Australia.
Ah, is that how it works?
Yeah, it is how it works.
And
anyway, we hope to have James on and enlighten us to what's happening in the world of state bowls.
Yeah, and when at the Vic Open had a chat to Matty Flapper, Matty Flapper was more than happy, he said, just to give him a call, and if we can do that we can actually do an interview.
Great bowler.
And he's at Ocean Grove.
He is.
And we were discussing that, maybe the show should pay for us to go over.
I beat him once.
You beat him once?
It was the biggest fluke he's ever seen in the entire universe.
Okay.
But the best thing about him is, unlike some other superstars, he, not looking at anybody in particular, but he actually said, let's go straight to the bar. Ripper bloke.
Really?
He is probably the nicest bloke you want to meet in bowls, I reckon.
He was really accommodating. Like, he did the intro for us. He was more than happy to do that. He was more than happy to say, you were insipid.
Very much so.
In fact, he very much enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, no, he did. I think he also maybe coach of the state side these days, under 18s, which somebody else used to do. The great Todd Simmons, who we had sort of earlier on.
Yeah. And what he was good, though, he took on the Jared Davies, and he took him on, didn't he? And he's sort of mentoring those two.
I think he had a better mentor. He didn't say better. He had a great mentor early days when he was at Fitzroy with us. He had some great people there. A guy called Steve Milstead was, I think, our great club coach. Todd Simmons actually helped him out a lot when he was young. He's now at Sunbury, I think, and he's killing it up there in Division 1.
Yeah.
And he won at Essendon, won the premiership at Essendon last year as well. Quickly, we're going to go. Essendon, yeah. We talked to our young, what's his name? Jet Simmonds. Batting average is 75 at the moment. Bowling average is 8.5. This kid is a gun. He won't be as good as me one day. Anyway.
So while we're mentioning that, we obviously, again, as we're finishing, have to thank very much Todd and Jet for coming in. And, of course, Cooper as well.
Yep.
And he's indicated that he'd be quite happy to come in other shows as well.
So I didn't get stuck into him enough, the poor kid. He wants to come back for another week.
I feel you did more than enough, my friend.
Big thanks to Todd. Hashtag get Hooded. Hooded Lyfe. Look him up on Facebook. Find him on the telephone. Todd's number's up on the screen behind us. It has been up there earlier on. Superstar of bowls and a superstar business, local business, and they are supporting local business, which is great. Big thanks to everybody. Thanks to Pete again for putting up with our rubbish. And maybe one day I might get a word in front of you.
Yeah, right. Happy bowling to all of you today.
Good night. Good morning.
Look forward to seeing you again next week in Bowling Between the Bays.
Bye, folks.